first of all, Paul says if a man desires that office, he desires a noble work. But then you have to have the test. Is he qualified? 1 Timothy 3. And who lays those qualifications down and affirms them? That would be the church. And then the elders would lay hands on that individual. So I think it starts with a desire of the heart, if you desire that, if that's what your heart desires, and it's confirmed by the leadership of the church that you have the character qualifications and the skill to teach, and that there's fruitfulness when you do that, that's the direction you go. But this is an issue, and we don't have time to talk about the whole issue, but all this entrepreneurial, pastoral trend that's going on now where a guy decides he wants to be a pastor, so he goes and gets a storefront and turns it into a church and ordains himself and pops up in the front and makes himself a pastor, is alien to anything scriptural. No man should engage in the ministry. First of all, you better be careful because stop being so many teachers. James said there's the greater condemnation. You don't want the condemnation that comes with the failure. So you better be sure you have the gifts and the purity of heart to get into this. But I think this freewheeling approach where people basically are autocratic rather than the product of careful, prayerful evaluation by mature, godly elders placing him into ministry has created massive problems in the church. So if you think that's something you want to do, get in a church where you can be mentored by the leadership and pastors of that church, and as you grow and develop the skills and they affirm those skills, then you'll know. And in the end of the day, I would say this: if you can do something else, do it, because if you can do something else, there'll be many days when you wish you could. This is something for people who can't do anything else.